I've got another tutorial for you all. We're going back to the basics and we're going to be selecting parts of a layer. Selecting things in Photoshop can be really simple or rather complicated. Probably the simplest method is by using this rectangular marquee tool. We can create a rectangular selection from a layer. Unless your selection is perfectly rectangular, this is almost never what we need. The same is true for the other shape selection tools in Photoshop. A few years ago, Photoshop introduced this amazing auto select feature, and this can be really helpful. Simply click this button and it will select what it considers to be the subject of your layer. For this apple, it's a perfect selection. While the Smart tool is great, it's really not so smart when it comes to a more complex image like this one. It does okay, but the manual tools can do much better. The first tool I'll show you to use is the Quick Selection tool under this drop-down menu. This tool is pretty nice. You can draw inside the subject you want to select, and Photoshop will figure out how to make it work. Don't worry too much about being perfect. When you get your selection done, you can refine it down by subtracting parts of the selection instead of adding parts. Just click around the parts of your selection you don't want selected, and you can copy the selection, delete it, whatever. I sometimes find it helpful to go in afterwards with a soft eraser and erase the more jagged parts of the selection. The Selection Brush tool is similar to Quick Selection tool, but less automatic. Kind of paint selection on and off, and you can do this with either a soft or hard brush. This tool is not very good for people. You can use it, but I find this tool is better used on blurry backgrounds and things that do not need to have perfect shape. The next selection tool is the Magic Wand tool. This one is useful for selecting things that are all the same color. It's most useful when a subject already stands apart from the background. But just to show you, I'll click this whiteboard thing back here, and it tries to select everything that is connected and of similar color. In the top left, we can change the tolerance, so the Magic Wand tool can select a wider range of colors from your initial one. We can use the Selection Brush or the Quick Selection tool to refine our selection when we're done. A really cool thing you can do is with this Object Selection tool. With this, you can click once, then you can hover over different subjects Photoshop detects. From there, just click on the subject and Photoshop will make a selection of it. Finally, I'll show you probably the hardest but most controllable way of making a selection, other than going pixel by pixel. This magnetic lasso tool kind of follows your mouse movement to make a selection. So I'm going to click once to start my selection, and then I'm going to drag my mouse over the edges of the selection without clicking to make a border. I do click a few times to create concrete points for Photoshop to go off of, especially in the trickier parts of the selection, but I do not have to. And I didn't do the best job on her hair, so I'm going to clean that up with Selection tool. And let's just grab this apple so everything can be together. Those are the main ways to select things in Photoshop. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe. Less than 26% of you are subscribed, and I really want to get those numbers up. Thanks again.